Okay, so a little while back I got this set of snap buttons and I had the hardest time trying to figure out how to use them. I went to YouTube to try and get help because that's how I learned how to do just about everything, and I still, just after watching a few videos, nothing really helped me. Nobody had a really good video, so I thought I would basically just put this online just to help people and probably help myself later down the line when I decide to use these again. So they do tell you how to use them with this leaflet. It really doesn't help tell you what to do. So I'm going to show you on here. This is just a reusable towel cloth that I'm making for someone for Christmas. So anyway, so for each of these you need, well, for this one I need 4 snaps. So oops, you can't really see. So I need 4 snaps, 2 here, 2 here. So in order to do that, I need 4 pieces. So I'll show you the 4 main pieces. So there's this piece, which is just a normal snap face. It's a solid snap face. They come in a whole bunch of different colors. Then this one is a hollow snap face. I like to use these on the back, like where the cleaning surface is, that way it's not scratching anything too much. And then this is where I got confused. Not necessarily between the 2 pieces, it's pretty easy to tell. This is the male piece, because it's got that little bump. Oops, almost dropped it. It's got that little bump there, and obviously this is the female piece. The problem that I had with the female piece was which way do I need to turn it, because it seems almost identical on both sides. So the way I try to remember is, I don't know if you will be able to see it, but if you see the ring on the outside, so not like the very outside, but just this like little groove, one side looks darker, like there's a shadow almost. The shadow side, so the one that's got the really deep groove, is the side that you're going to want to use. It's gonna go up against your prongs, and I'll show that better here. So this is the tool that it came with. There's 2 sides to it. So this side here has a hole in it. Hopefully you can see that. Yeah, there's a hole there. And the other side, there's no hole, it's just smooth. So I'm gonna show you how I do this. So on the smooth side, I'm going to use the full snap. So I'm going to push this in here. Now it does actually fit in there pretty snugly. If you've got fingernails, it's really easy to just push it in there. If not, I would just grab like something rubber or something, just push it in there and it holds it quite well. And then I'm going to take my male part of the snap, and I'm going to put that little piece right inside that hole, so you can see it's flat. So I want it to, that little nugget of metal, I want it to fit inside that hole. So now what I'm gonna do, I want this full snap, not the one with the hole in it. I want the full snap to be on the front side of my cloth. So what I've done here, you can kind of see that I've like shaved a little bit here. These aren't very thick, the prongs aren't, so it's kind of hard to go through stuff. So I kind of just shave the edges, and then what I do to make sure I get a really good connection is I actually just use my fingernails and I kind of push the prongs through my fabric until I can see every single one of them. I'm not quite sure if you can see that, but I don't just feel them, I want to see them. So then what I do is I kind of hold it in place and I just bring that closed, give it a good crunch with your hand. You don't really feel much, so you don't really know if it's worked until it's on there. So now let me do the second one. So again, I'm gonna get my full snap, I'm going to place it in there. It's all nice and snug. my male part and stick it in the hole again. Make sure it's flat. Again, go through here. I want my full colored side to be on my nice side of my fabric. So I try to line it up with the portion I've kind of shaved. And then again, just push it through with my fingers so that I can see every one of these little prongs. And again, I think it's kind of, oh no, you can kind of see them. Yeah, so push that through and then close that, crimp it. All right, so those two are on, and we'll see if they hold tight, and I'll show you like the trick I do to see if they hold really tight. All right, so now to the other side. So this set comes with, like I said, a whole bunch of different colors. So there's 2 blues, a yellow, orange, purple, pink, green, black, white, and red, and then these are your female section, the female section, and then the male section. Oh, and each one of these also just comes with regular silver if you just want to use silver. So there's a whole bunch of just regular silver if you want those. But I wanted these to be a bit cute, so I'm using the colors. So you could literally use, it doesn't matter what you put on the back. You can have the ones that are hollow, or you can have the ones that are filled. It doesn't matter as long as the backs are what you need them to be. It won't matter. So I could literally do this whole thing with the ones that are filled or the ones that are hollow. It makes no difference. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my female section here. Now I want this side to be, so this side is the side that I need to connect to the male portion of the snap. So again, this is the side that I feel like doesn't have as much shadow, and this side you can see it's just a bit darker. So I want that dark shadow to be facing me when I place it in this little device. So I'm gonna put it in the one that's got the hole, and I'm gonna have the shadow facing me. I want to see the deep shadow. I wonder if you can actually, let me take this out and see if you can tell the difference if they're sitting next to each other on different sides. Okay, so let's see. So this is what I think has less shadow, and this one I think has more shadow, if that makes any sense at all. I'm trying to get my camera to focus. So you want this side to face you at all times. Okay, so let me put that back in there. Again, the one with the hole, and I'm gonna put that in there. Now these will fall right out. The hollow ones, I can literally just turn this over and it falls out. There's no grip to it. So when you do these, you kind of have to always make sure that the hollow is on the bottom, because if I turn this, you know, right side up, it just falls right out. So I need my female connection to be facing up this time. So I need it to be on the nice side of the fabric, because when these go to connect, this will technically be connecting to the next one in line. So this will have to snap on top of this, if that makes sense. You'll see it when I go. So I'm gonna find my shaved bit. I'm gonna set this on top. I'm going to push all of my prongs through. You might actually be able to see it a little more on this side since it's not so fuzzy. If you can see those, yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and close that. Okay, so that one's nice and set. We're gonna do that again. So I'm gonna find the one that's got the shadow. I'm gonna place it in the side that has the hole, like that. Place this here. Find my shaved section. You probably don't have to shave it if you're not using something as thick. I'm actually using like an old towel, but it's a really thick, really absorbent towel. So you probably wouldn't have to shave it if you were just using like 2 portions of cloth or a regular tea towel or anything like that. One thing I do, make sure that this isn't like in here or you won't be able to close it properly. So what I do is I just kind of turn it. So again, I can see all my little prongs. Close that down, crimp it, and now we're gonna see if these work properly. So what I do to make sure they work, so the way you know you've done this right is if it like goes into like a little burrito when you snap it. That's how it should look. So I'm gonna go ahead and snap it, and I'm gonna pull it apart slowly once, snap it, pull it apart slowly twice, and then I'm gonna give it a good rip. And if it sticks for those 3, then I know it's probably really set. So again, slow pull, and then a rip, and it stuck. So, and I'll show you real quick what I mean by needing these to be in a certain direction. So, this bit here, you can see my non-hollow, and then my hollow is on this side. So what these do is they snap to one another. If I can find it, there we go. And then this one would snap to this one. And then this one snaps to this one, and so on and so forth. And then what you get is something that you can very easily roll up and place onto a your paper towel rack. So I normally wrap this around a paper towel tube. So this tube, once it's done, I will probably put 2 snaps on it, one at the top, one at the bottom. They will have to be the female connectors so that this can snap right to it, and then I would roll it around that, stick it on my thing, and then I'm done. But right now, because I don't have a spare thing at the moment, I'm waiting for this to run out. I just kind of wrap these up, and you just pull them off, and boom, you have a reusable, fluffy, adorable towel. On this one, I actually messed up. I meant to have this on the other side, but again, I was trying to figure it out, and the instructions with these are just pointless. I just could not understand them, so it took a lot of figuring it out. It did come with this, which kind of shows you how they work, you know, but I just had a really hard time. So I thought I would just make this video for my future self and for anyone else that would find this little tutorial helpful. I got this on Amazon. I'll see if I can link it in the description below. I do think they work really well as long as you know what you're doing. So anyway, I hope that helps.